Definitely just show off my desktop. Hello everyone!
Hi!
Oh, doing it.
There's two of us! Look at this! Got two commentators
They
today.
got more commentators than drivers.
Nearly.
I'd say.
We might have more commentators than drivers who finish. That remains to be seen. But welcome to GRS F3 Season 6 Round 7 hyphen Great Britain.
The hyphen's the most important part of that.
Reading it off the screen, that's what it says. Got to include the hyphen. It's an important piece of punctuation. I don't know what the long lines are called between everything, but I didn't want to say long line every time. But yeah, we're here, Silverstone. Multiplayer event, a short qualifying Great Britain.
That one's got a long line as well.
It does. You're right.
You should go have a look what it's called. Just search what is called.
Alright.
I just realised when someone disconnects thing, you can re-invite them while I'm still on the stream.
That is true.
This is quality. Production value at its highest. I've got... Oh no, I do have sound. What?
What is the vertical long line called? It's called a vertical bar. Also called the vertical line, vertical slash, pipe, pipe symbol, or upright slash.
Which one
It's
do you want to go
used
for?
in mathematics. Pipe.
Pipe.
Pipe. GRS pipe. F3 pipe. Season 6 pipe.
Race 7 hyphen.
Hyphen.
Great Britain.
Britain. Who's going to be the first on track and why? Oh my god, it's not Mitch.
It's going to be Victor. As I,
Oh,
as
what's
I
he got on
dart,
the
give me a
shot
second.
today? So it will be Victor. Out he comes. What we got?
Right, yeah, if I do randomly go quiet, it's because I'm dying. So
No, that's fair enough. I mean, I'm just having a look at our friend in the Williams on the intermediate tyres.
Lucas always
Coming out of
is
the
it
pits.
Lucas? Oh no, it's
I
not
think so.
Lucas. It's normally Lucas on Limpins.
Gallardo.
He's been inspired by Lucas, I think.
I would
Victor's
agree.
got the battery on.
That's pretty good. He just wants to get round. Ultimately, that's the important thing. He's still got the battery on. This is, he would be lighting the timing tower a light if he was on a lap.
That's true.
But he's absolutely flooring it round. No, he's not tyre warming. He's just testing out the conditions, I think.
That would be my guess. Maybe testing out the equipment, make sure it's all intact.
Makes sense. Well, the ERS works. That's the good news.
The DRS does as well.
That's good. He's not actually going to turn it off, which will leave him shortchanged for his hot lap. But we'll go on board with him
There we go.
for a tour of what Silverstone looks like with 57% ERS.
59.
59 is profit.
There we go. Are we going to go flat for turn 1? We are.
Yes. Good last.
Into 3. Bit off the apex there, but you don't necessarily need it. Right to the apex for 4 though, bit of a drift there unfortunately.
Pretty stylish.
Because of that, compromised his line for the next corner, couldn't really get out to the racing line and almost invalidated the inside. I think just cruising this one ready to have some time at this point. Approaching cops, we have got Jack who's on a lap right behind him, he's catching up here.
He's closed up a lot.
Jack's going to go flying off track though, although it's kept it valid. But I mean, if someone wants to report that and just complain saying, oh, you're cheating.
Still in 8th.
Although if he improves later on, it won't matter. As back on board with Victor, he's now basically out of the battery. Coming into Stowe. As he's got Jack approaching behind him. A few cars up ahead for them to negotiate as well. So here we go, both of them out the final corner, and that's going to be the difference in the lap time. First one of the day, it's going to be a 31.4 and a 27.3. Followed by Mitch, who has done a very respectable middle sector time, and it looks good through the final. Up to the line, 26.0 from Mitch already.
Jesus Christ.
That's a good starting time for Mitch there.
I think he'll be happy with that banker, that's for sure.
Yeah. Sets him up really nicely to not have much pressure for the rest of the session there.
Being invalidated on the inters, and it looked a bit scruffy, but his middle sector time was only about a second slower than Mitch's, which is quite interesting. So he might be quite quick on the dries if he can piece a lap together.
Watching Lapage here on mediums, about half a second down on what Mitch did in the middle sector, which isn't too bad for the mediums, although that was a bit laggy. I thought he was all the way around there, but apparently not, and that's a big lock-up.
He absolutely nailed the entry into Stowe. He got the rumble of the gravel without actually hitting it, and 27.1 is respectable. Mercedes looking on top form so far.
Torben on the softs here, 3.3 middle sector, so just slower than Lapage by about a tenth. And with the final sector goes 26.7, Lucas is a 27.0 just in front of that. As we have John here, 3.0 middle sector, so no one's getting close to Mitch here so far.
Harvey just absolutely ate the inside of Stowe, grass and all, as he's rounding the final corner now.
Bump there for John. That's what's Harvey gonna do 27.6, and John to the line 26.6. So Mitch still with a 6/10 gap here at the front,
Jesus.
which is a
Patrick
large
Jurek
margin.
there, 27.3, not bad on the mediums, so pretty close with Leipzig.
Charlie
amongst
Gordon's
that pack.
invalidated, and also somehow doesn't have a front wing, which I don't know where you lose that, but you know,
And it'll be good for the straight.
that's true.
We'll look at the positives.
Well, we look after the bankers, and Mitch 6/10 clear of anyone else so far, so has set a time which I'd say is arguably, it could even be pole position here today.
I could see that being a freestanding pole position. That would look pretty good in an F2 or an F1 lobby as well. It's a good time. 100%.
Banker in F2, that'll put you know, I'd say at least halfway.
Provisional pole.
Provisional.
26.0 is crazy for a banker. I'm keen to see what King can do, because he looked pretty quick on the inters, surprisingly.
Yeah.
Because they're inters, so we'll have to see what he can do on the fresh softs. I don't think anyone else is going for a rerun here. Well, Victor's staying out on his softs at the moment, just getting laps under his belt. And you know what? Fair enough. If he can improve, even better. But he's not my battery, and he's invalidated, so he'll probably come in. Anyone else doing a rerun at the moment? Oates might be prepping another one here. He's not.
Just gonna have a watch of King here.
Yeah, we'll join you on that one.
Bit of a slow start to the lap, and hasn't really put the throttle on. Stuck in 5th there. Maybe some technical issues for the Williams, I'm thinking.
Perhaps.
I hope not for his sake, but turn 3 looks good. And turn 4 looks really good as well, so the cornering is certainly alright, but there's an issue there on the straight. It seems starting the lap, everything looks to have sort of fixed itself now. Actually turned off the DRS by accident as well there.
He's definitely harmed his first sector there, and
seems like there's a little bit of brake being applied here, which might have knocked the DRS off. I think it keeps popping up as he's invalidated on the run into Cops, which is a strange one. So we're going back with his teammate instead. Let's see what Lucas can do here.
Very nice Cops.
That's really good on the entry to Magnussen Beck. It's really aggressive there. Second apex, not so much. But I think that's going to be a big improvement. No.
Oh.
Must have struggled earlier on before we jumped on board then. Very good through stone, but just a bit too good to be honest. A bit too much speed. As Harvey is also invalidated. So who's next to the line? It's going to be Torben, who's on medium still.
Oh. It's interesting. So he did his first run on soft, so maybe he thinks his time on the mediums. Provisionally 3.5 tenths quicker than Leipzig, and Leipzig was the quickest medium runner, so I think Torben might have got this one a bit backwards. We'll have to see. He might be rapid on the medium tyres.
We'll just have to wait to see what happens, but
It's like a lot of drivers wanting to save a fresh set of softs for the race.
yeah. Mitch has just headed out again, or a bit ago, for his second run, so choosing to just stay in for a bit, to be honest, there, after his first run.
I haven't bothered Charlie just in the background, see how he does on his softs. He's not got time on the board yet.
Here we go then. Is this the right call for Torben? I think we'll easily be able to see after the sector 1 tie-in. Scrubbing off a bit of speed there would have been better to keep it in 7th, as you really only want to go up into 8th, above 300 kilometers an hour, which I'm not sure what that is in miles per hour because I run kilometers on this game.
About 180.
Bigger number equals faster in my opinion, so we'll go with that, but it's 2 tenths up in sector 1.
Oh.
So that's interesting. Keeps it in 4th. It will be a lot more planted, but we'll also lose him a bit of time out of there, as up to Cops now. flat is it, is the question. Bit of a lift.
See what Charlie can do. He's having a very tidy lap so far. He's kept it in 8th and flat. Go on, lad.
Get off the second apex with Torben there, but it still looks decent. And it's still about a 10th and a half up at the moment, so we know Torben's going to be one to watch on the softs, as this medium pace is very impressive at the moment. As he has a provisional pulse hitter, Mitch starting a lap in front of him. We'll catch up with him later in his lap, as we do have quite a few coming right into the line soon. As does Torben get that improvement? The answer is yes, it's about a 10th. As Charlie...
Oh, Charlie, no, Charlie, it was such a tidy lap. He set a 27-1 before he crashed.
You know what? It's a time on the board.
He made it to the line. I don't think he'll be too upset.
Lapage is a second up here and goes fastest, 25.8.
Christ.
That's come out of nowhere. Mercedes 1-2 here.
I had a feeling the Mercedes boys would improve throughout the season, and they are staking their claim at their home race. Two British drivers. Really leaving a mark. I mean, if Lapage was a second slower, same for Mitch, they would only drop down 3 positions.
How's Mitch doing? He is about a 10th down, but purple middle sector could be time to find in the final, although he aced it pretty well last time. Let's have a look. That stow is very aggressive.
Oh.
If he'd have stuck that, that would have been almost the perfect stow, to be honest. But I think just a bit too much.
Just seemed like he got on the curb a tiny bit early.
Yeah.
Lapage must be very happy in the cockpit there. A 25. Of just any degree, a 25 is it's what you want in a quali session.
Very solid for F3 here.
So we've got on a lap. King's on a lap.
That's what I'm
Just
looking at right there.
It's slow on the apex, but he will improve regardless.
That's true. It's now through cops. Bit of a lift, but gets it through there.
Cheeky downshift, lad. Flat and downshift. That's nice.
Seemed like he got a bit of a double shift there by accident. Like he went straight from 8th to 6th, which is might cost him a bit. Victor's improved by a second on his time, so he's chopped that gap down.
God, he has. 4 lap old soft, so he's closing the gap. He's within 3 seconds of Machi Turek now, so better than it was.
Ooh, Quirvin bouncing over the curbs. Harvey's improved up to a 26.7. We've got a Ferrari right behind King here, which is Johnny, who goes P3.
There we go, John.
That's a bit closer.
He's P3 in the championships now. He's missed a race or 2, but still up there. Well done. What championship he'd have if he managed to win it while missing out on some appearances. He'll be very strong in the race, no doubt. But there was a big gap between the front 3 and, well, everyone else.
Yeah, front 3 have got the quali pace here.
Harvey's spending game. Just wondering if he's pushing.
That's exactly what Mercedes need, though. Ferrari only 6 points behind, and they've got a Ferrari in the mirrors here, so they'll be able to control this one from the front, which is I'm sure that's what they'll want to do.
He's not going to improve so far for second down.
A few minutes left in the session. Free to be precise.
Victor might have made a mistake by not boxing there. He won't have the time to do another run. He's fueled up for a lot of laps. Maybe some race back. Don't know. Probably content starting from the back. It's not the worst place to start from, as he's getting all wayward there on the power.
Time to watch Turek then. Did that 27.3 on mediums, I think?
Yes, he did.
So, could certainly be one in contention. Gave himself plenty of time. Can back off here as the Mercedes have gone out together. So That's interesting.
Tactics.
Maybe they're trying to get Mitch a better time to defend from behind. Maybe Lapage is happy, or they could just both be going again. We'll see. What's it going to be? Sector 1 looks very clean from Churek. And it's a good 2.5 improvement for the Alfa Romeo.
He's looking quite tidy so far. If he can just keep the rear end in check, and he has done.
Had to be a bit hesitant on the throttle there. He wanted to go on the first application of the throttle. Just sort of maintained the amount he was on, then continued to bit more on once the car was straightened out a bit more. But right on the apex there, that was really good.
Very nice Maggots and Beckett's.
That's 6 tenths nearly.
Didn't get baited by the slow-moving Alpine either. That would have lost time.
I think this is looking on for P4. You know, keeps it really on the track limits there in Stoke.
Could have been a very strong end of the lap.
What's it going to be? It's going to be a 26.5 P4 it is for Jurek.
Get in there, Alfa Romeo.
Lucas Hode's 10th up at the moment. What about in the middle sector? 2.5 tenths up there for Lucas, but he's got a bit of traffic up ahead. But that's the Mercedes boys moving out the way. As all over the inside of Stowe though.
Ooh, how is that valid?
I don't know how it's valid, but it's going to have lost time, I think.
Yeah.
Current championship leader here seems to be struggling a bit with this track and improves, but doesn't improve at all in position.
The main event, the Mercedes boys.
I'm taking a look at Jack here at the moment, who has, I believe, that's not Torben, that was Churek, he's already done his lap up ahead. What can Jack do? Needs a better time and he'll get ahead of Charlie. That's a very good entry. Keeps it in 8th. Drops it to 6th there. And
Might see some
4 tenths
Mercedes
up. He's getting a good
tactics.
slipstream here off the Alfa Romeo.
Oh, that's a big slipstream.
We'll be loving that. And that is really good from Stowe as well. That's into the final corner. Looks decent, good on the throttle, and up to the line, 26.5, good lap time. Torben here, 10th up in the Alfa Romeo. And looks very fast, 3 Maggots and Beckett's. 4.5 tenths up here.
Ooh.
This could be interesting. Are the Mercs improving? Mitch is a
Lapage
10th and a half
about
up,
down.
I've seen.
Oh, it's going to be right on top of each other then, because Lapage is a tenth down. Purple sector 2 for Lapage though.
As here we go, John
Covered
hasn't
sector 1.
improved as he stayed in.
Ooh,
Torben to the line,
Lapage.
P4.
Lapage will not improve. Mitch then, potential pole position snatch here. Can he take it from his teammate? Good exit through the final corner, and he might, you know. No.
Oh, he's lost time. I think he lost time in Stowe. As I think Victor's run out of fuel.
Ah. Well, Victor, if you're watching the stream, mate, you can retire. You are the last driver doing anything on track, so go ahead, mate.
Tip the line, I reckon. Maybe the pit lane, we'll see.
He's going to diverge. He's going to go straight into the pits.
Here we go. Lovely.
Yes.
Coast it in.
Speeds anyway.
Lovely. Right, so Mercedes 1-2 here today. Alfa Romeo 4-5 as well. John in a bit of a sandwich of teams.
Just a tad.
And there you got Jack and Harvey, followed by a pretty, well, you could say a Williams sandwich, but then the Aston Martins are sandwiching the Williams, who are sandwiching the McLaren.
It's almost 2019-2020 era of Mercedes front row lockout every race. You've got the rogue, let's say John's a Red Bull, and then you've got the 2 quote-unquote Ferraris behind.
Yeah.
With Rick Bobby in the, what's now an Alpine, but would have been a Renault, sat nicely in P6. Sergio Perez P7. Use your imagination a bit, but there we go. Merc on fire indeed, Marco, but thankfully not due to reliability, as we have a Mercedes front row lockout. Lapage taking pole position, followed by Mitch Snake. They'll both be very happy. John in the Ferrari taking a nice P3. Then you've got the two Alfa Romeos of Turban and Turek. Jack making P6 in the Alpine, right in the middle of everyone there. Harvey Conway 7th, with Lucas Hodes for company on that 4th row and P8. Charlie Gordon and King. Can't remember your name, and I'm so sorry. But anyway, you're in the 5th row, and then we've got Victor Sells sat by himself on row number 6, rounding out your grid of just 11 drivers. But I'm sure there'll be plenty of action anyway. That midfield looks pretty tight.
Right. Oh.
Rain.
Hello.
Rain. Oh, it's chucking it down. It's wet. Oh,
Full wets in the garage.
The rain that might put out the Mercedes fire here as Lapage and Snape don't run assists. Probably not best prepared for these conditions.
This could be interesting.
El Spicy.
We might not see many finishers then. Although they negotiated it fairly well in the at Monaco.
I'm glad half the grid's saved to set us offs.
Maybe it's going to dry up in like 5 laps. We don't know.
It might do.
Oh, look at these conditions. Here we go then. 5 lights on here in Silverstone, and we are crawling away here at the start. This is going to be complete chaos as everyone looking very shaky. Lapage, what a start, by the way. Although John's going to drive it off the track to overtake Mitch, so I'll have to give that back.
Off the track there, there's Jack, and I think Turek involved in an incident further back. Jack now down to last.
Yellow flags for
company. Seems to be resolved. I'm unsure of damage. Everyone looking really tentative at the back, and I'm sure it's somewhat reflected at the front as well.
Slide in there, same with Harvey as well. Torben here looking to the inside. Just doesn't want to go for that though. He's going to sneak it in the gap a bit.
Worth a try. Decides to back out after the contact here.
Mitch very wide there.
Very extreme wet. Look at the puddles.
This is almost thunderstorm conditions.
Monsoons in the United Kingdom.
Charlie, rain the outside of cops. Oh, go on.
No one knows what lines, minimum speed to take, anything. Charlie backing out though. He's got a wise head on his young shoulders. Racing will not be won on lap 1 here as Lapage with a 1.2 second gap on his teammate. Very nice start for him.
John's getting aggressive here with the battery. Turns it off actually, never mind.
They're about the same as Mitch at the moment. Lapage hasn't spent any.
Lapage seems to have higher wings here as he lost a lot on the straight. Oh, John!
Oh!
He's in the gravel.
It's a straight line. You'll have to wait until he can rejoin safely.
All over there.
Ooh, it's yellow flags. Victor and Jack here. Jack having an absolutely torrid first lap.
Oh! He's got absolutely airborne there. He's been sent.
It's not ideal.
To space.
And, it's not the first lap he would have wanted. Charlie Gordon up 5 positions already. Just want to point that one out.
And Mitch has got a warning there. I think Torben might have got a warning there. Whoa. These conditions look absolutely vile.
These are the sorts of races you get when the game decides to get rid of a wet time trial. No one really quite knows how quick they can go yet. It's just a survival match at this point in time, and the
Harvey,
6 have been incident
having to really slow that one down as here comes Lucas.
Harvey is a lover of speed.
Oh, there's our first time penalty already. I feel like we might see a lot of time penalties here. No one's really going to know how to keep it on the track. Torben there, all out of shape. And here comes Charlie, but he's not even close enough at all there. Lucas putting the battery on, trying to put pressure on here. And again, not close enough, but any slight mistake can sort of let anyone get a bit of a jump as the Mercedes building a slight gap, although I would say that that could probably be gone within the space of 2 corners. And Mitch there almost losing the car.
Charlie's round. He's at a half spin on the final corner, got up on the curb, and it just bent the car the wrong way round.
Very treacherous here as he's going to be susceptible to Victor now. He's going to use that battery to push past the McLaren. And now up into P8, both of the 2 runners at the back into the pit lane for the first time this race.
We'll see a few more of those as King's had enough. He's retired in the pit lane.
Jackal staying. Just getting a point
Might
there.
as well, yeah, he gets a point.
Drifting. Torben
Under a
in
lot
the
of pressure here by Torben. Torben looking strong. I think he's figured things out a bit quicker than everyone else.
It's not going to be enough. Torben sticks the battery on, but Mitch is basically full 2. Regen obviously massive here in the wet.
Just thinking if I were Leipzig here with the gap at the front, I'd be spending some just to try and break any form of slipstream here.
Maybe keeping his
He must
teammate
wanna keep
close. Maybe
Mitch,
they want to work together here. Create a bit of a fortress. And try and just hold that 1-2 for the team. So Lucas here. He's in an alright position at the moment. He's got his closest championship rival behind him. And speaking of which, John has just dropped down to P7.
Turek with a nice move on the straight there, moving into Stowe, gets ahead.
John's very much struggling in that Ferrari.
It's not quite found a rhythm yet, especially after the straight lining into it's basically the penultimate corner. He just wants to catch up to Lucas as quickly as he can. Lucas in a good position here, can see the
Mitch
leader.
all out of shape there.
Ooh. Torben nearly tagging his rear right wheel. Thankfully no contact.
Front 5 all pretty close here.
Reach with another wobble.
And that's Harvey off the track there, so probably a warning.
A lot of minor mistakes here. You think if someone can just get a consistent rhythm, they will fly.
Pretty much. Churek's closing into this 5 as well. There's a bit of a wider line from Harvey. Seems to be good for getting it planted on the exit though. So maybe that is the line. Sort of V-shape the corner more in the wet. Smirk's just keeping ahead at the moment. Leipzig a bit laggy. Torben. Got to be careful there. Yeah, Churek is gaining. He's taken a second out of everyone this lap.
My word, definitely want to keep an eye on. He's flooring it with the battery as well. Really wants to get up onto the back of these guys here.
It's certainly the right thing to do, to be honest. I think strategy is going to be really key now in this race. Knowing when to go for an undercut is going to be huge. Torben off the track there.
Oh, it's Lucas.
Oh, someone's gone. That
it.
is Lucas.
He's kept it out of the wall, crucially. Mitigating
Is...
any potential damage he would have got.
Here comes Harvey down the inside.
Oh, hello.
Bit of contact, but nothing that's going to hurt anyone. Harvey off the track there.
So hard to get the car stuck in the
Look
wet.
at that gap now, only 1 second.
Oh, if there was DRS, he'd be a happy boy. Torben out of shape here. A bit of breathing room for the Mercedes boys out front. Depends how quickly Harvey can charge, but he's had nothing but the battery on and he's gained. It's just how much you can recharge is pretty crazy.
Yeah. Mitch there. Bit out of shape, 3 cops, but that was probably because he jumped the gun with the battery a bit too quickly. almost sent himself spearing into a wall, which it would have been great. As Harvey off track again. That is one too many for the Aston Martin driver. He will now have 3 seconds added to his time at the end of the race.
Not ideal.
Yeah, no.
Especially when you've got a group this, well, this close. Really
Bouncing
don't
over the
want a
curb there.
penalty.
Mitch starting to struggle a lot. He's kept it though. That gap's extended up to 1.6, however, now to his teammate Leipzig. Seeming to find a bit more of a rhythm at the moment, I will say.
Definitely is. Just being gentle on the car. Well, I say that, he's flicked the rear end round a bit.
And that has let Mitch catch up by 3 or 4 attempts.
Mitch seeming to get good exits here and confident on the battery as well.
Torben's
Just
got
really
flying
wants to
into
come
that
around.
corner. As
Yellow
we've got
flags, that's Lucas again.
Lucas
Reset to
struggling.
track into traffic. Lap 6.
Naughty.
Very naughty indeed. So,
Someone's
yeah.
gonna have a field day with that.
They
Victor's had a bit
absolutely
of a problem
are.
in the gravel. I think someone will have a field day with the track limits, to be honest.
I would agree. I mean, if I'm Lucas and I'm seeing a nice 28-second gap behind, which is rapidly shrinking because of the crashes,
Here comes Harvey.
probably wouldn't be
Mitch out
inclined
of
to
shape.
be-
That's
Ooh.
going to give him the chance here. Yeah, Harvey's getting this
Ah,
down
he's
the
going
inside.
for it. Punchy in a straight line, that Aston Martin might be running slightly lower wings. Which with a good cutback opportunity, but can't really get the front end to bite. So you've got an Alfa Romeo in. That's Turek. Maybe fancying some intermediate tyres here as
The rain looks a lot lighter.
it's looking like a crossover period. The puddles are disappearing off the track, so this might be a masterclass here from Turek. Get some clear air, pop a fresh set of inters on,
Yeah,
and
it is.
guns for some quick laps. And
go.
yeah, that's a very wise
This
call
could
from the
be
Alfa
a problem
Romeo.
for Merck.
Yes, they have 2 cars out at the moment. Alfa Romeo with the strategic advantage currently.
Sure, go in early, and honestly, looking at how much that track seems to be drying out, I think he's
Gordon's
timed
done
it
the
to
same, I
perfection.
think he has. This is let's just see how Turek does.
I didn't realise,
Does
but
cross the pit lane exit line there as
just going to bring Lucas here. But if you take a look on the right side, on that building, it says Brooklands. I didn't even
does
know
say
that.
Brooklands. I always forget this corner name as well, but I'm
There
gonna
you
look at all
go.
the other grandstands and see if that's the same thing. So this must be AWS. It's not one on that one, so Brooklands being
Just wanna
rather
say, look
special,
at
although it
Harvey
is all
here.
attached to the old pit lane.
Harvey's going for it. He's
He
absolutely
actually is.
flying here, and there you go. That's going to be the move again.
Lakeridge just letting it happen, does not want to get himself into any fights that could lead to mistakes. See what people do here as Harvey definitely getting another warning. Lakeridge wisely diving into the pits, and Mitch opting to double stack.
Interesting.
It is. Might be right. I don't quite
Depends
know.
how
I feel like
much it dries up.
Mitch could have survived another lap, to be honest. However,
Where is Turek? Is the question. I want to know.
Turek's already going through the
Has Turek
the
time this
final
to perfection?
chicane. Turek may come out here in the lead. It's going to be tight with Leipzig.
It seems very slidey though. But
Purple final sector is definitely ahead. Look at the time he's gained here.
This is massive from Turek.
And forward
that's going to
Leipzig.
put
Yeah,
him.
Turek's ahead. Turek's clear. This is going to be bad for Carvey though. He's just made the move on Leipzig.
Yeah,
And Turek's
Harvey's-
gained seconds.
Oh, Turek, no!
And that's how you lose seconds.
Oh dear.
That's not ideal. And Mitch having to take avoiding action there as he's dropped 5 seconds to his teammate.
I think his name. We also don't have intertime control. I don't think anyone's doing intermediate practice. So, what I will say is pretty much everyone's going to be relearning the track again.
Another set of conditions for everyone to learn here, but look at the time Lapage is taking out of Conway there. 6/10 on the exit of Brooklands. Whatever the corner is afterwards.
I don't know. Someone's going to flame us.
AWS.
AWS. I just want to say, look at the gap Lapage just got behind as well.
Yeah, that's pretty big.
He's had a storming go lap.
Hit Silverstone corner names.
Shurex nearly caught to Michigan.
It's pretty big. I feel like it's... Oh, it's Wood... Oh, Luffield. Very nice. It's Luffield.
Lovely.
Good.
Right, where is Harvey going to emerge? He's lagging. That's a good start. He might get away with third here.
He's looking like a cheeky bit of side-by-side with Mitch, potentially.
Nah.
No.
He's got away with one, I think, here, Harvey.
Just about. I think people have...
Although he's going to be so slow now, his tyres aren't fired up whatsoever. Torben's going to be loving this. Get that battery on, Torben. This is your opportunity for a move.
So limited to what sort of exits he can get with the traction control, making sure it doesn't spin. I think Harvey will get away with this one here.
Harvey had the lower wings, right?
Yep.
If this goes to dry, Harvey's going to be an absolute missile.
Oh, agreed. 100%. Yeah, he's running quite considerably lower wings. That's a warning. I have a feeling he might be on the fringes of another penalty here. It's not what you want. Only about a third of the way through. He looks confident, that's for sure. Purple middle sector, and he's dumping the battery. Lapage is dumped as well, actually. He's down to half. Take a bit longer for the battery to regenerate now that the conditions have improved somewhat.
I think he's able to match Lapage on the higher wings through the corners. Then Lapage uses on straights, but Harvey can match that and then still be faster.
Hello, a bit of a fight here at the back. So Victor pitted, and he's gone on to another set of wets, and Jack has very easily been able to get past the Aston Martin here, who will surrender that P9 while being on the worst compound tyres.
Keeps out the wall there as well. Just hold the track on its Shurex was close into Mitch, but I think the older Inters are slowly gonna cause a few issues. As Inters, for some reason, were unreasonably fast on this game.
They definitely do. Oh, Mitch with a little tail whip, and Shurex done a bigger one.
Shurex the level of the rear end losses.
Harvey last time round was about a second further behind Lapage than he is currently, so he's absolutely flying in the Aston Martin. He does have that penalty looming over his shoulders, so...
Where's the penalty? Speaking of penalties, oh John, where are you going? That car does not want to turn. John's running a pure drive setup. Hopefully he's not using the Time Trial Classic of 2618, otherwise he physically won't be able to turn the car in these sort of conditions. Because in Inters, I can tell you want your front wing.
Oh, I tell you what, he might be. Look at this. Oh, it's not ideal for John at the moment, but he's he's had to lift massively through the final corner. He might be running a very low wing setup.
Yeah, considering you want about 7 or 8 higher than usual on the front wing and Inters, and then up to like 15 higher on wets potentially. Depends on how confident you are, but yeah, not too sure.
Still chucking it down as well, so no sign of this weather tailing off just yet. Is Harvey, every time I go on board with him, is setting purple sector after purple sector. Might just be indicative of the weather conditions continuing to improve.
That is very true, as I feel like we might see dry conditions before the end of the race. The sun is poking through, you can sometimes see the reflection of the track. Which is...
Harvey is now to Leapage.
Is, yeah.
Leapage driving in his mirrors at this point here with less battery than the Aston Martin.
Bit rasping of measures.
Both bending there, I think. We won't see him move this lap. Concerning for the Mercedes here in the lead. He's been leading since the lights went out.
Harvey with the fresher tyres is going to be faster with that advantage though.
That was very true, and definitely seems to be more confident in these conditions there. I think that was Jack having a little wobble. Managed to keep it going. And, no damage to the Alpine, so all looking good. Victor, I don't know how he's still out there on the wets. Literally about 4 seconds a lap slower than Jack, and Jack's still falling off the top 8 as well, so not ideal for Victor. Look at the point. So that is
out for dry tyres late, which I thought he was going to be right round, but he's alright. No problems there for the Merc. Yet.
Yeah, I think that will be the key word is... Well, if anything happens between these two, Torben's in a good position to pounce on it.
Very true.
I think he's licking his lips. He's not had the tidiest of races either, not in terms of instance, but just didn't have a consistent rhythm in the early stages. But only a couple of seconds off the lead here.
Here we go. I think this is going to be the lap.
It definitely is. Look at this.
Sniffing. Something I can't do.
Distance. There we go, then there's a position change for the lead, and Leapage opting to just accept it. Victor is sped into the pit lane and will find himself a lap down.
I wonder what tyres it's going to be for Victor.
Well, he's done a 2-lap sprint on the wets. What's that, 3? If it's not intermediates,
I
don't
wets.
know. No. Oh my god, he is. No. Ah.
Is it going to rain again?
I don't know.
Leapage,
Aston Martin might have to have a board meeting here, as they're definitely favouring one driver over the other, it seems.
What they've done is they've taken all the
Victor ignoring the white line of the pits completely. Battery on through the corners. Look at this. You can turn it off, mate.
Torben's got a pit light on.
That might just be original strategy here of a wet or a wet inters, so maybe it is staying wet for the rest of the race. Still chucking it down.
A lot of people are experiencing heavy fuel loads, I will say.
Oh no.
Torben's already 2.5 laps up, Harvey is 2.1, Leapage is 1.8, Mitch is 1.4, so the smartest so far, GRX also 1.4, John is 1.7, Charlie is 1.3, no that's a 9, never mind.
Oh no, nearly.
Lucas, can't even see because the Williams is just sheep. 1.2?
Yeah, 1.2.
It is. And Jack 1.2 as well. Wow. Victor 2.6. Torben's got a penalty.
Oh dear. Not ideal. Harvey is He'll probably be sending a postcard to the rest of the grid by the time this race ends. He is flying. Penalty, I doubt, will matter very much unless it's a safety car.
Or he gets another 3 seconds.
Well, he might. I still think he'll clear that, to be honest. He's looking very quick. Got Lucas here on the back of Charlie. 1 lap fresher intermediate tyres. Let's see who wins the traction race out of wherever this is. Village.
Down the inside. Not close enough.
Bang. Safety car.
Switchback.
Crowd goes wild.
He's gone
Takes
for
a
the
nice
switchback,
wide
but
line.
he's slid a bit wide. Oh, a bit of a cutback rather, not switchback. We've got a third commentator joining.
It's my mother. She's loving the Formula One.
She's a big Victor Sells fan.
Never heard of him, mate. That's what she'd say.
Here we go then. Does Lucas have what it takes?
Leakage very deep.
Down the inside.
Torben battery on through the corner. Oh, that is interesting.
Torben not very good on the straight line speed though.
No. Didn't opt to spend the battery any further than just through the corner.
The Alfa Romeos are both sighting Mercs here.
Yeah, indeed. Yes. Okay,
Also, Harvey gained like 1.5 seconds, so I think, yeah, no matter, even if he gets another 3, probably don't matter.
No, doesn't matter at all.
Mitch, careful, mate. Mitch is using a bit much here. Chirek's got him exactly where he wants him, I'd say.
Oh.
I think same for Lapage, to be honest. I think both Mercs are probably going to lose a position here, if I'm being totally honest.
So low on the battery.
Lucas managed to do anything yet? Nah. He's just stepped behind. For a 3-second time penalty for Jack, aka Bouncy Straw 5.cdrs.
That's the one. My mother's favourite Formula One driver with a penalty there as Mitch has gone almost round. He had a very bad run through Beckett's, but now we look at Torben right on the chuff of Lapage. Nearly getting a move done. Not quite. Then we also have Lucas and Charlie up here. That saga's still continuing as they're both spending. Lucas with the slipstream. Will he send a move? No, he won't. Stays behind some more.
Just gonna be sitting back there for a bit there. Just gotta wait for the opportunity to open up for a move, to be honest.
Yeah, I want to see what Chirek can do now he's been released. And he needs to get within penalty range of his teammate to get a podium.
Let's see what they can do. Mitch, that's not ideal, mate, but honestly I don't think it matters anymore. I think Mitch is pretty much head on for a P5 here at this point.
Looks that way. Pretty well confirmed, unless John has an absolute magic one.
And John has 6 seconds, so no, he has 3. Yeah, it would take an absolute masterclass.
Oh, Lucas with the penalty now. He has to make the pass on the McLaren.
He's up, here we go. Interested to see, because those Inters aren't going to make the end, right? I don't think anyway.
No, I wouldn't bet on it. However, it's Silverstone. And unless you want 28 seconds in the pits, you're going to try and make your Inters go to the end. So this will be quite interesting. Because if you bet on your Inters not making it, you're realistically, you're getting next lap.
Yeah.
I think everyone's just going to stay out, to be honest. I think the risk of a safety car or losing so much time in the pits, it's just not worth it. Most people still within a second and a half of their current best laps as well, so don't
That's
think
the
the pace gain would
detrimental
be.
the wear is.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd have to be pretty detrimental now for it to be worth it. Tell Torben just wants to get past Lapage and try and build a gap. And he might have a chance here. Good exit out of Village.
Into Brooklands.
There we
And
go,
then
through
Luffield.
Luffield.
And after that is a little right bit, which is called Woodcut, I think. And then
I was hoping you'd just draw a blank, so I was not going to read it out.
Cups.
Cups. And then...
Is it
Maggot.
Maggots and Beckett's, or is it Beckett then Maggot?
It's Maggots and then Beckett's, which is the right hand... it's basically the left-hander. This right-hander here is Chapel.
I think it should just be called Maggots and Maggots, to be honest, because it looks like a maggot.
Wiggly worm.
Wiggly
If I had my way, it'd be the wiggly worm, the wibbly wobbly.
Into stone.
Turek's not really gaining that much on Lapage at the moment, so Lapage's P3 might be safe. However...
If you can stick with Torben and not make
P2.
curves like that.
Yeah...
Well, I guess it's everyone's staying out to the end there. Can't wait to see someone's tyres go bang. If anyone is in that call with one of the drivers, please tell us the tyre wear, because we are interested to know if the tyres are going to go boom or if they're not going to go boom.
I think Turek and Torben VC, but obviously you can't just really hop in and be like, yeah, what's your tyre wear? Because if it's over, what, 45% now,
It's ropes.
they're threats of punctures.
That's why Harvey's in the best position. He's got the freshest inters as well, so he's basically chilling at the front.
Probably feels good as well now that he's got someone else with a penalty behind him.
Yep.
So, yeah, Leapage starting to just slip away a bit as I think everyone's a bit used to wet conditions on this track now, and I have to say, if your name is Jack Cockayne or Victor Sells, you're probably pretty bored.
Yeah.
Victor did pit for the correct tyres in the end, and he's absolutely thriving on those inters.
What's his fastest lap looking like? 41.3. He's better than Jack, who's behind him.
Yeah, very true.
Harvey's is quite nice, and Torben, unfortunately, it's quite annoying that. 40.001.
Oh well.
Right, that indicates to me that the track's getting better.
Yeah, I would agree.
If it goes dry within the next lap or two, which it won't, because it's still absolutely chucking it dead, then it'd be interesting, but, this game doesn't like interesting, so we're not going to have that.
I want it to go dry with 2 laps left, and just watch everyone overheat their inters and get punctures.
That'd be nice.
Optimal viewing experience. Harvey's still... Oh my god, he's half a second up. Okay. Track's improving. The rain has definitely eased off as well.
Are we going to see a dry track?
We better.
Lapage
just left.
You can re-invite him just because I'm on the
That's
stream.
not
I've realised
ideal.
that. Drop him an invite, and here we go.
I've hit the wrong thing.
Tell you something, the AIs are out on the track limits there for cups. Actually, game time rapid.
I want to invite Lapage to the session, and then the menu changed, and then it made me invite him to remote play. But I have sent him an invite now.
Remote play.
Lapage just rejoined. There we go. So no remote play for Lapage, and Turek's only gained about a second on the Mercedes driver, so no real harm done. Yeah.
Charlie Gordon, mate, what are you doing?
I think that's his third one.
I don't know really. Here comes Lucas Hodes, just saying. Could get past John here.
Never mind, this is fourth as Harvey goes even quicker.
Harvey, that's
Torben, hello.
Go on,
Track
Shearer.
conditions
Go on,
are
Shearer.
improving.
38.3.
Improvement for him. Okay,
Can
maybe
it dry
back in.
out about now, please? I want the rain to stop this lap. It to get like half dry next lap. To be a crossover on like lap
Oh,
23.
leafage.
Is he alright?
He's good. Yeah, he
Anyone
had
getting
minor
purple
moment.
sectors? Ah, people think they're overrated.
Harvey is dodging warnings like Neo from the Matrix at the moment, which I'm sure he'll be pretty happy about. I just feel like the game is a bit more forgiving through the high-speed corners and wet conditions because AI's just firm it.
Wonder if anyone fancies spinning it. Give us a safety car with the truck drying out.
It would be considerate.
Right, who do we want? Lucas, mate. Actually, not Lucas. This is a battle between
Ask
the
Victor
championship
nicely,
contenders. I guess here for P6 at the moment.
Victor letting
Oh, yellow
Jack
flags.
that'd be Victor letting Jack through there. The blue flags.
Time penalty as well. 38-1 Torben. Someone's in. Shurek's in. It's stopped raining.
Oh,
It's stopped raining.
it has, but it's wet.
It's very wet. But we know Shurek had a banging time in last time, yeah, so...
We
As you
definitely do.
Softs.
However, I think he might be a lap early.
Yes.
I respect the
Ambition.
against the grain strategic call here. Because he just wants to eke as much time out of dry tyres as he can, but it's still a wet track.
It's still very slippy at the moment.
See how he does. I'm just going to keep on board with him for a bit here. I think he will come to realise he might have done this a bit soon.
Watch the leaders, see what they choose to do.
Yeah, Jurek losing time.
We got our wish though.
Tyres not warming up. We definitely did. Yeah, it's too wet just yet. Just lost a second already. Spray coming off of those softs as well is not ideal.
Yeah, the thing is, these inters are going to start burning.
They are, yeah. So we've got Jack in now. He's fancying a
Harvey's going
change
in.
of strategic call.
Torben in.
Hmm.
You have to go in, I think. Lapage in.
I don't know. Lapage had a gap behind.
Mitch stays
is
out.
risking it. There's still a lot of spray coming off the tyres. I think Mitch might be making the right decision here, to be honest. I really
Shurek's
do.
still not gaining.
Harvey on mediums.
Oh no, they're going to be tragic. Yeah, Shurek's not gaining yet.
No, I think Mitch has made the right call.
Everyone's in but Mitch and Lucas here.
I mean, it could just also be a situation where it stops raining, but the track doesn't really dry out. My money's on Mitch. I'm not going to lie to you.
Harvey is not driving well. Those mediums are absolutely dreadful.
Yeah, they are. And if it dries up, Mitch can just box whenever it is. They're fresher tyres. Actually be able to warm them up. It's still a wet track.
It is. Harvey's way off the track there, nearly.
Yeah, Harvey, since coming out of the pits, he's lost over a second now. And still losing. Torben also losing. Seems to have fired his tyres up a bit better.
Yeah.
But I dare say he's only really matching the pace of the Inters.
Harvey's going to go off the track here. Here comes Torben. Torben has got the pace, though, is the thing.
He does.
He's out of battery, though.
I said it once, I said it again. It's still a wet track.
Oh,
this
Torben into the back of Harvey!
Oh dear. I think he might have realised with the Aston
Mitch is
Martin
in
being
there.
as slow as he is. Oh.
I wouldn't have done that, Mitch. Lucas might win this.
I think Lucas is in a really good spot now.
Why is he
Oh,
boxed?
Mitch.
You shouldn't have boxed, Mitch. There's a terrible idea.
might have listened to his teammate saying that the softs feel good and that he's closing a gap. That might have not been the right call for Mitch to come in.
Torben's still being held up by Harvey here. DRS is on, hold up.
Well, maybe it is the right time then. Mitch is...
Timing.
Yeah, I mean, the softs are well fired up, but Mitch did have a gap. Track is still wet.
Harvey on those mediums, those tyres are still not heating up. Lapage here is going to potentially win this race still.
It depends on what Lucas decides to do, to be honest.
Disconnection from King, who's stuck around since the start.
Fair play.
Fair enough, honestly. It is certainly drier, although Mitch hasn't...
Lapage just set a purple sector 1 here.
He's right on the back of these two, but he doesn't have the battery.
Torben doesn't have the wing to follow Harvey close enough to make a move.
And Harvey's on mediums, so they're both just in awful situations, to be honest.
Harvey's lost a second on Hodes in half a lap.
Lapage is just going to have to send it.
He has to.
Here we go.
Lapage
They're both crawling
here.
out the corner. You've got to just go, mate. You've got to get past. You've got to at least get one of them.
There's not no battery to do it with, that's the problem.
On the exit here, you've got to get both of them, surely.
Tight the inside line, just tuck in whichever car is overtaking. Like, no, don't back out.
Contact. Here we go. Is this the Free Goes Hamilton moment? It is not, because his traction was terrible. That was more like no way for Hamilton.
That's very true.
Goes.
Lapage can get close enough through farm here.
He's got to go. Why is he backed off the throttle? Stupid.
Send it down.
Very stupid. He's just being ridiculously stupid here. You've got to get the move. And this is annoying me watching this. You've got to get the move. What are you doing?
Look how much Mitch is gaining.
You've got to get it here. Come on, battery on. Why is the battery not on? You get close. You've got to go deep into the corner with no front wing. Exactly. What have I said? What have I said? He's thrown this away.
On the mic.
He's thrown this away, and Lucas Hodes is going to win this. And that's exactly what he didn't need to happen. And you know what? Fair enough to Lucas.
Quite a bit.
Yeah, Lucas will still win though.
He will, yeah. I mean, look at the gap he's got.
If Lapage was through, then he would have won the race.
Yes,
okay, there you go. You've got to go. You've got to go there.
Just floor it past Harvey, mate.
He's thrown at least 3 or 4 opportunities to overtake away, and it's quite frustrating to watch, to be honest. Okay, now he's going, but Harvey's straight line speed is criminal. Around the outside, just hold it. You'll get the move. You've got the traction. There you go.
There we go. He's done it. Good. Let's just see how much he can gain on Lucas, and he's got 2 laps to close as much of a gap as humanly possible. That's not a good start.
Here comes Mitch as well now. Mitch is here.
Oh, go on, Mitch.
And here's Jurek as well. This is all coming.
Oh, Mitch, go
here.
on,
Mitch with the run. With the run.
He was wise not to there, but I think he can send something down the inside of farm.
That's
There's
what
one
Lapage needed to do.
Go
That's
on, Mitch,
exactly
down the
what
inside.
He needed to do. Torben.
Harvey's missing an end plate here, actually. I've just realised.
Torben down the inside.
Mitch will hold it.
Oh, that's a bit naughty.
What did I miss?
Torben's just braking there. Mitch with the send, surely. Just go for it, lad. He's going to understeer. There you go. Big.
That's what we like. Harvey off the track. Mitch surely will get the move done
as
here
well.
on traction.
I think they're going to swap the Alfa Romeos. You have to, honestly. For Jurek to have that chance. Bit of contact there. That gap's only come down 3 seconds. Harvey's an absolute missile. But goes off the track.
Yeah, at times Harvey's gone off track there to hold a position.
Yeah, there could be some serious reports. Harvey could end up with like 15 seconds of track limits if someone just reports him. He's parked it like a bus on the apex. And here comes Jurek now. Jurek's going to take the opportunity. Mitch is going to get that move. You've got to hold it around the outside, Mitch. You've got to hold it.
He has done.
And Harvey understeers out right into the path of Jurek. I like that.
Jurek is...
and Jurek's
okay,
into the back of him. but I'd say Harvey moved there.
Harvey did move. It was
So-
minor, but suddenly it puts Jurek down to P6, so he will not be happy.
Harvey's got a
Shout out to
collection
Leapage, the only
of-
one here without a penalty. And you have to say, if he'd made the move earlier, look how much he's closing on Lucas.
I think
Leapage might
it might
actually
be
be within
good.
penalty range at the end of this.
He's lucky at how much is this drive. Lucas punctured. I think he's
Leapage is
punctured. I
Ah!
think. Has he? Or he's got it. Look how much time he's losing. Has he? No, he can't.
No. But his tyres
He's
are
on
gone.
the
Wait,
verge
front
of
right,
it, surely.
front right.
This is going to be a front right, yeah. It has punctured, it has.
It has. Yeah, look at it.
So this is going to be a Merc 1-2 here, actually.
Yeah, that front right is gone. I'm pretty sure.
And here comes Mitch as well here. And out of nowhere...
There's a Mercedes 1-2 out of nowhere. Yeah, the front right's gone.
Yeah.
It's completely gone.
How many people are going to get past though? Torben's past Harvey. Harvey's still exceeding track limits.
Oh, Lucas.
Time penalty for John. Oh! That was close. And now Harvey's got the run, but I mean, he's probably got a lot of penalty. Here comes Churek.
Churek's going to get all of them. I'm calling it now. He's going to get all of them.
Down the inside.
He swept to the inside, down the inside.
Oh!
Churek,
Sticks
there's
him out wide.
contact.
And then here comes Torben through, and the Alfa Romeos are going to be ahead. Bit of contact there. Harvey doesn't send it.
with a
Torben
criminal
down the inside. Harvey
Give me
baits us
yellow
over the
flags,
curb.
lads.
What's going on? And here comes Harvey. Now down the inside, and he's completely taken out Churek.
Churek, just hold it, mate. Good grief.
What has happened? I can't help but say
I don't want to speak my mind.
there was questionable driving by an Aston Martin. And now I don't want to point fingers, but Victor was P10 and just chilling out the way, so
I'll point fingers. It happened in Monaco. And I commented on it. And then there was an Alfa Romeo that saw it and thought, oh, yeah, this. Certainly
So-
my teammate.
I will say something. I feel bad for the Alfa Romeos there. They've
I feel
both
bad for one of
been...
them.
Yeah, I feel bad for Churek mostly.
I feel bad for
because-
Jurek for becoming the victim of two drivers who, if they merge their front wing, they might have a whole one.
Churek's not going to be too happy. He had Mitch there for the taking. He had a P2 on the cards with the damage and everything. Potentially there, but we end up with the qualifying.
Mercedes on too. We do. Out of nowhere.
Wow, what is going on in that race at the end, man? That's going to be a hassle to steward. Probably some big penalties coming in. Because there's quite a few incidents on those last few laps. But, who got fastest lap?
Probably Jurek.
Mitch?
Oh, Mitch.
By like 2 seconds. Oh no, by
Oh.
a second. Oh no, by 2 tenths over Jack. So, Merc take the maximum out of that.
Leapage with another win.
Mitch on the podium with the fastest lap. That's massive for them. And they're at
Leapage winning Lewis Hamilton's home Grand Prix.
I'll be
Yeah,
interested
the
to
end
see
of
that
it.
finish in order after penalties by the stewarding. So
Mm.
keep an eye out for that. Although I think Merc 1-2 is probably safe.
I think the Merc 1-2 is definitely safe. I saw a fair amount of clean driving from them. Cautious, but they
Lucas
also
ain't
proved
gonna be
cautious
too
to the
far
win.
off a
It's
podium.
raining again.
It is. Lucas ain't going to be too far off a podium potentially here, I think.
Might be right. No, he's within
Actually,
a 5
I
second
think it'll
window
probably be a
of,
P5, I'll say that much.
yeah. Oh, he's within 5 seconds of third. So
It's within 5 seconds, yeah.
I
I'll
think
have Churek done anything
Churek will be
wrong, so
all right.
Torben might
Harvey
be alright.
might end up 8th after this. We don't know. Depends what gets reported.
Depends on the track limit penalties for me with Harvey. And the amount of times he just floored it off at cops was a bit silly. But,
Reminds me of Kyle Mack when he was in the old GRS. Hello, Silverstone. Yeah. That ended up being great. It's like we know these events will always be good. That's why we host 3 of them a week.
Right, anyways, thank you all for watching this F3 stream. It was pretty
Phenomenal.
mental. For 11 people, things have happened. But
Just, I fear the day that F3 has 20 drivers.
oh gosh, 20 drivers on that. There've been 6 upside down, 6 like I don't even know, man. Honestly. But yeah, thank you all for watching.